Hey, what's up guys, it's Talon. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about how to play with your jungler and play around the enemy jungler in Wild Rift when you are a laner. So I'm just going to talk about different ways to manage your wave based on where the jungler is, how to kind of predict where the jungler might be, and just stuff like that. So let's get right into the video. Okay guys, so first I'm going to talk about when to be aggressive versus when to not be aggressive in lane. And so you might think here I'm being too aggressive because my jungler is on the other side of the map, and typically you want to pay attention to your jungler's pathing before you decide to be aggressive or not. But what I'm taking into account here is both my jungler and the enemy jungler. So I see my jungler is clearly coming to the top side of the map, meaning I'm going to want priority in case I want to fight the scuttle with my teammate. And because their jungler is only a Diana, I know that she can't actually kill me from a gank. The most she can do is get my flash. And I'm completely okay with losing my flash in lane in order to be more aggressive and push my advantage further. So you can see here, I continue to go aggressive on the Mundo, and Diana does come, but I know the most she can do is possibly blow my flash. I didn't even need to flash here. Honestly, I think I could have gotten out, but I do it just in case. But all I lose is my flash while I'm still gaining an advantage in lane and gaining priority. And this means the Mundo is then stuck clearing the wave while we can just kill the Diana here on the scuttle, because I know my jungler was coming, so I could be aggressive, so I could try to fight the scuttle. And then again, thinking about who the enemy jungler is and can they really kill you on a gank. Fiora has a lot of ways to escape. She has her first ability, she has her flash, she has her second ability. These all let me escape ganks easily, so I can be more aggressive and push my advantage in the lane, even if it's possible I lose my flash, because I think of my flash more like a resource that can be expended in lane rather than just trying to save it at all costs. Alright guys, so in this next lane, I make a lot of mistakes, and I really want to kind of explain to you guys why they are, even if I don't get punished on them here. So we're into a Diana mid lane and a Vi jungle. Jace wins the matchup early game, so I'm able to do whatever I want with the lane. But I make a lot of mistakes here. So initially my goal is just to poke him out before about a minute. The earliest Vi can gank me is close to a minute due to her clear speed. And so what I want to do when I want to trade with Diana, I want to make very short, quick trades so that I'm not in a position to be ganked. Because already here, Vi UC is coming to me. So as fast as I can, I trade with the Diana. But I never want to stay for too long. I don't want to just hover around just trying to poke her when there's nothing to do. I want to make a very quick trade and get out very fast so that there's the least amount of time possible for Vi to gank me. So now I saw Vi go to the bot side, and I make a big mistake here already, which is I am hovering towards the right side of the map. I should always be trading with Diana on the left side because I know I just saw Vi go to the bottom side of the map. So the fact that I'm not closer to the top side is very bad. So here where I'm standing is good. I should be standing here all the time. I should never be trading like where I go now. I should not be where I am right now. I should be on the left side and stay there so that Vi cannot easily gank me. If Vi came back, I would at least lose my flash, if not die here, because of where I am standing. Additionally, my jungler is top side, so you really want to pay attention to the locations of junglers for where you stand in mid lane especially. So I should obviously be towards my jungler, but instead every time I'm trading on the right side, which is incorrect. There's no reason I can't just be on the left side. It makes it a lot easier just to trade. And here I'm also going to go for a risky ward, you're going to see, and I should have died here. The Vi just wasn't channeling her first ability, otherwise I would have died. Again, another mistake from me, just playing too close to the bottom side of the map when I know that Vi is there. However, I do make a good play here to, now that my jungler is camping in the bush, I bait their Diana in and I trade towards my jungler, and that allows my jungler to get an easy kill. So basically, just as you can see there, as soon as I do end up standing towards the left side, we benefit from it a lot. But when you're into a ganking jungler, the two big important things to note from this clip are that I trade as fast as I can. I don't want to stay around too long and trade unnecessarily. However, I did make that mistake sometimes, and I also hovered towards the wrong side of the lane, making me much more gankable. Okay, so I want to explain to you guys the thought process of trying to track the enemy jungler as a top laner now. So I'm going to go here, I'm going to get a kill onto the Garen, it's going to be great. I'm going to end up just clearing the wave a bit. And you're going to see here that I will find the enemy jungler in a little bit. And so if I see the enemy jungler on my side of the map, I should expect reasonably that in the next minute or so, they will be on the opposite side of the map. And the reason for this is because if someone is on your side of the map, that probably means that they've cleared the jungle camps on your side, or they are soon going to clear those. Meaning after about a minute, unless they make a different decision, they should normally be on the other side of the map because they'll want to get their other camps. So you can see here, I'm obviously trading with the Wukong a bit. He's backing up. I'm expecting him to back and probably go for his other camps. Now, the reason that was a mistake is because if I look here onto the Garen, I'm trying to go back, I apologize. If I look here onto the Garen, or onto the Wukong, I can see he doesn't have his red buff. that means that he still has camps to clear on the top side of the map. So the thought process I have here is he's on the top side. He's probably not going to be there in about a minute because he doesn't have camps there. Now, that was an incorrect assumption of me because typically they will farm their camps and then go for things like Scuttle or what he did there. But in reality, he probably only cleared his Raptor camp and still had 2 camps left. Meaning he's going to probably be going from his red buff to his Krugs and then look for a gank for a little bit before he comes. So as you can see here, because I didn't pay attention to what buff he had, I didn't realize that he was still going to be here, even though my thought process, which is a correct thought process to have, was that he won't be here anymore, except for the fact that I did not realize, again, looking at the red buff. So looking at if he has the red or the blue can often tell you if he clears it. And so you can see here, I'm going to get camped by him, as you can see here. So it's about 40 or 50 seconds after that play happened, which would be a reasonable amount of time for him to clear both those camps and then come to my lane and just quickly sit in there for a little bit. And so he does exactly that, which punishes me because I didn't pay attention to which buff he had. But again, the thought process of if a jungler is on your side of the map, you should reasonably expect in the next minute or two they'll be on the other side, and then you can be more aggressive. But there are exceptions, such as that one there. Again, though, now that their jungler has been on my side of the map for about 2 minutes, I know for a fact there's almost no way he comes here, and if he does come here, he's crazy. So you can see here I'm going to back, but I'm still expecting him to be on the bot side of the map for a little bit longer. So I'm going to be clearing this and then going for a plate because I don't expect Wukong to be here. And you can see we end up seeing him, I think, in the mid lane. If we look onto our mini map. But I just know that, yeah, now we see him on his Raptor, so he's finally came back to the top side, but that is a reasonable amount of time. I'm expecting him not to be near me. However, again, another mistake I make is not paying attention to the rest of the map. And so in most situations, what I did here was a good play, but because they have a Twisted Fate, it's not a good play. So typically, again, the thought process is their jungler was on my side of the map for a long time, so now he's probably going to be on the other side of the map because he'll want to farm the other camps. That was a correct assumption in this situation. However, I did not take into account the mid laner having a global ultimate, which normally, if they didn't have a global ultimate, that would be a good play. But because they do have a global ultimate, it ends up being a mistake for me. So there's just some additional factors you need to take into consideration, which I did not. But usually this thought process is what allows me to push advantages on early game champions and really snowball. And you can see, even though it didn't work out perfectly, we were still able to get a lot of gold, and I'm still ahead of Garen in gold because of my aggression and trying to go for turret plates and stuff like that as much as possible. And this thought process, especially when you don't get punished by things like not paying attention to the red buff or a global ultimate from a TF, if those things don't happen, I would have like a 1,000 to 2,000 gold lead here. But even with those things happening, they waste a lot on me. They wasted the Garen ult, they wasted the TF ult, the TF flash. So there were still a lot of things being used on me, which allows my team to push other parts of the map and push their leads, and then I'm still able to help them because I still have a lot of resources available for the team fighting. So again, big things to note here, just pay attention to if the jungler is on your side of the map, the next minute or two he's probably not going to be there. Again, pay attention to what buffs they have so you know what camps they have and haven't cleared. And then pay attention to if there's any global ults is really an important thing to note, which I failed to take into account in this situation. Okay guys, so this is going to be the final clip, and what I want to talk about here, which I've talked about in previous videos but I think fits well into this video, is wave management by paying attention to your jungler's pathing. So as you can see here, my jungler is currently on the bot side of the map, and I'm not really paying too much attention yet, but I can see him starting to path towards the top side, and I can see that he'll be at Scuttle in about 10, 20, 30 seconds. And so what I want to do is make sure that I have the lane pushed so that Yon has a hard time helping his teammate on the top side of the map because he has to clear his wave. So if he doesn't clear his wave, then it gets pushed under the tower and he loses a lot of gold. But if he comes to the top, or if he stays on the wave, then I'm able to help my team out in the fight. And so you can see here, I'm there while Yon is struggling and lagging behind because I cleared the wave, and then this allows me to get a kill, and then we're going to even get another kill a little later on. You're going to see here. Now unfortunately my teammate dies, and I believe Riven dies as well, so it's not ideal, but the thought process here, I mean, we would have lost both of our teammates and would have been a 0 for 2 had I not rotated, and instead we end up going and getting a double. I did end up killing my teammate there with that knockback into him, but we end up trading the kill out, and it's perfectly fine. Getting gold onto myself. So just understanding, really manage your wave, push your wave when you want to go help your jungler so that you can play around your jungler, especially when they're going for Scuttle. And the way I know when to push my wave is I look at where my jungler is on the map, and so he was currently on his blue side, so I knew after he cleared a camp or two he'd be on the top side fighting for Scuttle. So I wanted to make sure my wave would match his timing, which is exactly what I did there. And now again, I see my jungler pathing once again towards the top side of the map, which looks like he's going for a second gank. And so I'm going to want to get this next wave pushed as fast as possible so that I can go and help there. So there's a wave coming here and I don't want to give up that wave, so I'm going to clear this wave first in the mid lane. But as soon as that wave is cleared, and I'm going to clear it as fast as possible, I will then rotate because I see my jungler going towards the top side. He pings on my way, and so I know I need to be there rather than going for plates or trying to punish the Yone. I hit a quick Q on him and I go and rotate so that I'm there first. Now my team ends up getting the kill, so they didn't need me, but it was still a good thought process, and I don't lose much. And then next, I see on the bottom side of the map, there's Xin Zhao is there. What does that mean? If their Yone's not there, I can get free plates on the map. So I know there's Xin Zhao's not there, and I know Yone is rotated. So I know that now I can definitely go for plates because the only person who could be there is Xin Zhao, and I have my flash, so I'm not scared of him. I'm also hovering towards the left side of the map when I'm clearing these plates so that I don't get ganked as easily. And I'm able to get, I think, 3 plates here, maybe just 2. But again, there's no one who can really punish me. Just the Yone comes here, but he's half health because he rotated. I'm paying attention to the map. I know their jungler is on the bot side of the map. There's not much he can do. I see him coming now, but I'm not scared. I've been on the left side of the map, so it's hard for him to actually gank me or anything. I'm even baiting him in. I get his ult out. I had fortunately flashed. I should not have flashed there, or rather, I was a bit too far up. However, Swain does int into me. But really, what you should note here is manage your wave based on where your jungler is going. So when your jungler is going to make a play, make sure you have your lane pushing so you can help him. And then additionally, pay attention to where their jungler is so that you know whether or not you can go for turret plates like I do later on there. Alright guys, that's going to be it for the video. I hope you enjoyed. Now that my school's over, I'm probably going to be uploading about every other day, or at least that will be the goal. So let me know what kind of content you guys want to see in the future. And if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys later.